Hi everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters. Well, I've got an exciting new video preview for you guys today. Today we're going to be looking at the Border Models 1/35 scale Crusader Mark III. British tank from El Alamein, and it's a beautiful brand new kit, all new tooling, completely from scratch, and excited to get some North African stuff in here for both German and Allied side. So we'll take a look at that in a second. First of all, you might be saying, why are you not at your normal table and doing this on a box? And the reason that is because I've just received so much inventory in here. I've got boxes everywhere in here. And then this showed up, and I thought, well, I'll take a couple of seconds off and share this with you guys. And also give you a little bit of an update on the container ship. So I received in today like 23 or 24 giant boxes like what you see right here, full of all kinds of stuff. It was not from that order, though. That order, we still don't know if it's in the ocean or if it's on the dock somewhere. That ship did pull into port last Monday in Japan, and I'll show you a couple of pictures of it right here. And so there was a little bit more damage than even what I thought based on that picture, that one picture I had. But yeah, there's going to be a little bit of time unloading that cargo ship, especially with all the way all those containers fell over on it there. So we won't know anything more if ours hit the water or if it's sitting there in Japan right now for a couple more weeks. I appreciate I've had so many people respond to the last video and things, and I will let you know if it ever does turn up. So, but all of this stuff is Edward and all these other companies that we've had on order for a while now, because we're really stocking up, obviously, for the holidays and going into the new year. Always good to have as much inventory as possible in there. So let's get started. Okay, let's take a look at this new Crusader Mark III British cruiser tank. So it's a British cruiser tank Mark VI Crusader Mark III. That's the way we want to say it on this one. And it's for the Battle of El Alamein and from Border Models in 35th scale. And first of all, we're going to obviously showing you the box art right here, but I also want to show you some of the schematics on the side here, which are always really nice because they can show you how a lot of stuff operates. So as you can see here, all the hatches on the outer compartments open up, engine hatch opens up, driver's hatches, and as well as the cupola, or the hatch in the turret, not actual cupola there. The turret hatches in, of course, we've got a metal barrel in there. And then you'll also notice here, too, that the suspension is fully workable. So that means that the tracks have play of them as well. So let's take a look at the parts. So let's start off by taking a look at the lower hull. As you can see here, it's a little bit unusual compared to some of the other hulls out there, like, you know, from a German tank. And that I'm referring to the side pieces right here. Now remember, I told you in the beginning that the suspension is workable on this kit, so that is why these braces are here to hold the spring type mechanism that's going to be in there. And it is a slight bathtub style hull. No front and back, of course, but there is extra support here in the middle of the piece to give it nice rigidity and also keep it nice and square as well there. Now we're going to take a look at the upper hull sprue, and this is the one that has the upper hull, the fuel tank, side skirts, and a bunch of other accessories. Also going to point out all of the slide molding that is on this kit, because just about every sprue in here has some amount of slide molding on it. So let's first just take a look right at the upper hull. Get in there nice and tight and show you all the different detail that is on this beautiful looking piece. Really like the hinges on that. What do you think? Those hinges look pretty good to me right there. I really like the way those came out. Got our side skirts here. Fuel tank, and as promised, this is the slide molding right here piece for the containers on the side, the bins. And you can see this is nice. All four sides are already molded together. I know a lot of times you got to end up gluing multiple parts. Those always seem to be a giant pain to me, especially if you can mold them separate like that. let's go ahead and do that. So you're basically removing 3 pins there. You've got the top here that if you want it open or close. No, I'm all for that. Make it one piece, make it easy on us. And also this little pieces here are also slide mold. You can see by this raised piece. And of course at the end of me talking, I'll have some stills of all these parts if you want to take a closer look at any of those. Next up we have basically some of the parts. Like this is still the lower hull. This is the side of the lower hull. And what I mean by that is this is going to mold right onto here, just like that, to create that little pocket for the springs to go inside. So we've got the side armor there, as you can see. Not too many parts on that sprue. Next up we have the turret. And turret is done very nicely. Nice rivet detail. Nice weld detail too. Take a close-up look of that. Done very well. And lower hull, not much to see there. We've got the inside of the gun. Now the whole gun area is all molded, is all slide molded. So here's our barrel right here. Here is the machine gun coax, and then the fronts of the barrels. And if you also notice too, they are rifled. Now I'm going to show you this in a bit there, but they do include a metal barrel on this this kit as well. So you do have the option of either using the plastic or the metal, but this plastic barrel is molded very nicely. Next up we have this sprue right here. Now this, you get 2 of this particular sprue, and this is going to have all of our road wheels across the bottom, as you see, and these are the springs. And basically the spring point is going to be this little piece right here that is going to flex on it, and you'll just have to cut those off carefully and then mold them into place. We do have some slide molding here for some more bends, and then of course we've got our drive sprocket. And I was reading up the instructions ahead of time to show you this, because we have individual track links on this, because obviously to make the tracks workable, because the suspension will be workable. But it calls out in the instructions that if you do decide to make it a little bit easier on yourself and you don't want the suspension to be working, they give you this long length of track right here. And kind of zoom in on that for you there to take a quick look at it. So that'll save you, I don't know, what is that? 25 pieces of track that you won't have to glue together, and you can just glue that on right there, and then the suspension won't work at that point. But that looks pretty nice right there. And remember, 2 of these are inside the kit. You will get some poly caps for all of the road wheels. And then now we're going to open up the bag with all the accessory stuff inside. So here we are. Looks like... Now, I don't see any, well, I don't see rifling inside there. There's something inside there. That might just be the drill marks on it there. So you do get a metal barrel, and then a couple of different pieces of photo etch. We've got these right here. This piece right here. Whoops, sorry about that. We've got an extra little decal, must be a specific one that they're calling out in the instructions. And finally, we also have our main sheet of decals, which, let's see. So, oh, okay, so it's the same one as that one right there with the same number on it. I guess there's supposed to be 3 on the tank, and they just forgot to put that piece on there. But that gives you an idea what the decals are going to be on this kit, including those white numbers right there. And the last plastic parts we're going to look at are the tracks. Now the tracks come 2 to each little piece of sprue here. Zoom in closely for you. Let you see that. Don't look like there's going to be much cleanup on that, just cutting off 2 little pieces. They are pretty tiny. And that's just because that's the scale that this kit is in 35th scale. Whoops. So you get lots of track to have to play with. And then there's 2 ways you can do this as well. You can glue them together just the way they are, and use just the tracks all the way around. But if you decide you want to make them fully workable, they give you a whole bunch of these. You get sprue after sprue after sprue of all these connector pins. So you'll basically have to put those in. I don't know if they must fit in by pressure only. That way you can still get them to work, because obviously if you glue it in there, you might glue the two track links together. So it's saying it's not necessary in the instructions unless you want it to be workable. We'll have to double check on that again. But yeah, these are the side connector pins for that. And since we're talking about that, let's just take a look at the instructions and see how those are. Actually pretty simple. I mean, you saw the number of parts in this kit. It's not going to be overwhelming. There's a little bit of a history of the vehicle, a couple of World War II shots, and then the basic building of it. And we won't go into too much in depth in this, but we will go to the back to show you the different markings that are set up on it. Oh, let's take a quick look at the tracks too. So it says, yeah, they can be, okay, so C21 and C22 parts can be used to assist assembly to make the workable tracks. But I guess it is calling out that we do need to install those pins inside there. And then it says here, if it's very troublesome to do all that, you can go ahead and use that, that individual piece there. And then finally, we've got our different colors in the back here, which are nice, all done up in color here. So you can see which colors they're calling out. You've got that one right there in the basic camouflage. This one with the tan, and basically it's like a black color, I believe. And then in the all green. And then, of course, they're advertising for some of their new tools. I've heard Border Model is coming out with a whole line of modeling tools. I'll be anxious to try to get a hold of some of those. Very excited to see those. And then finally, one other thing this kit here comes with, and that is this. This, I don't know if it's in the very first production or if it's going to be completed on this kit, but they're giving you a free Border Model cutting map. Basically the size of the box of the kit. And you've got all the different radiuses on this side, circle template on this side, you know, measurements in millimeters and centimeters on this side. And then on the back, we have the limited edition Crusader Mark III schematics right here. And obviously this is smaller than 35th scale. So, because the kit's going to be a little bit longer than that. But we've got a nice breakdown. I like that Border Model is doing this kind of stuff, giving you basically like a free gift inside. So if you guys remember, the T-34 that came out not too long ago had the wooden box that you could keep all your supplies in. This Crusader has this. And then the upcoming Tiger is going to come with a Knight's Cross medal and ribbon as a little bonus gift too. And we hope to get an early sample of that Tiger to share with you guys and show you how cool looking that kit's going to come out. So there you are, guys. There is a quick look at the soon-to-be-released Border Models Crusader Mark III in El Alamein. And keep in mind, we will have these, and actually we do have these on pre-order right now at andyshhq.com if you want to go ahead and take advantage of that. They will be here sometime, I believe, in January, because they just came hot off the presses. They're being loaded up on cargo ships and shipped out right after that. So I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and please stay tuned because we have many more videos coming. Ah!